if you look at Isaiah, was how old? 22 years old. This is Second Kings, right?
Ahaziah.
Ahaziah.
Yeah, who is he?
Sure.
So Joram.
So Ahaziah was 22 years old when he became king, and he reigned 1 year in Jerusalem. His mother's name was Athaliah, the granddaughter of Omri, the king of Israel, right?
That's what it says.
Good? That makes sense? 22? Am I right?
Okay.
That's what it says? Yeah.
So if you look in the same Bible, but now we go to 2 Chronicles, chapter 22:2, Ahaziah was 42 years old when he became king, and he reigned 1 year in Jerusalem. Now somebody might be like, oh, it's a different Ahaziah, but his mother's name was Athaliah, the granddaughter of Omri. Right? So the reign was only 1 year, so it's not like, you know, different.
Was it king of Israel? It depends.
Of Jerusalem, yeah.
Jerusalem.
Right?
We'll
In
go
both
back
of
to
them.
the other one.
Sure, no problem. Jerusalem.
He reigned 1 year in Jerusalem. He was 22 years old when he became king. Yeah, I'd have to look at that again for sure.
Right? So this is just one. So let's take a few more. Right? Here, 2 Chronicles. You can help me pronounce it if you like.
Dude,
Jehoiakim, yeah, I'm with you, bro.
pronunciation guy. Jehoiakim?
Jehoiakim, sure, we'll go with that. Was 8 years old when he became king, and he reigned in Jerusalem for 3 months and 10 days, and he did evil in the sight of the Lord. So how old was he?
8 years,
8 years old
when he became king and reigned in Jerusalem.
And again, Jerusalem, 3 months. Okay. Now we'll go back to 2 Kings 24:8. Jehoiakim was 18 years old when he became king and reigned in Jerusalem for 3 months. You see, like the same kind of inconsistent numbering. But this is just, I mean, I have, like you can see, I have many. Even if you look at the genealogy of Jesus in the New Testament, right? And Jacob begotten Joseph, the husband of Mary, to whom was born Jesus, who is called Christ.
Jacob, yeah.
Right, so Jacob is the father of?
Joseph, the husband of Mary.
Husband of Mary, father of Joseph, got it. So in Luke, then you have now Jesus himself began his ministry at about 30 years of age, being supposed the son of Joseph, the son of Heli. So who's the father of Joseph here?
Well, who's Eli?
That's a good question, right?
Yeah.
So it's not Jacob, right? And I mean, you can when you go home, you have a Bible. I'm sure you do a side-by-side reading. Go to Matat, go down the lineage. They're all different, right? So what happens is these are the accounts of men, right? People give their accounts, and in accounts of men, you have discrepancies. It happens, right? Like we're at a park, and somebody asked, "What color was I wearing?" Somebody can make a mistake, and that's perfectly understandable. But then that's not the words of God, right? The words of God are perfect, without contradiction, without numeric mistakes.
Right.
Even if you look at how did Judas die, right? How did
Judas died by hanging.
Excellent. So now we have here in Acts. Now this man purchased with a field with the wages of his iniquity. So what did he do with the money? He purchased a field with it, right? And falling headlong, he burst open in the middle, and all of his entrails gushed out. So there's no hanging here, right? He fell, right? But as you mentioned, you will also find the other account in the Bible as well. Okay. Right? Then he threw down the pieces of silver in the temple. So now here, he didn't purchase a field, right? He threw the money in the temple and departed, and then went and hanged himself. So did he hang himself? Did he
fall
open?
from the branch?
Right, did he? Right. Where is that, right?
That's a good question.
And
That's a
if
good question.
if you do fall from a branch, you don't fall headlong, right? Headlong is,
I don't know. I'm trying to
I think
explain
you know
Right.
physics, right? So like when you're in movement and you fall, your head goes first, right? When you're straight and you fall, your feet go first, right? And how does that burst his entrails? What did he do with the money?
That's a good question.
I mean, how many times did the crow before Jesus was betrayed? I mean, we can tons of them, right? I mean, the numeric ones are obviously the most obvious, right? Here you have Solomon had 4,000 stalls of horses and chariots and 12,000 horsemen whom he stationed in the chariot cities with the king of Jerusalem, right? Now, here, same Solomon had 40,000 stalls of horses and chariots and 12,000 horsemen, right? I mean, here we have...
Yeah, the numbers are pretty confusing. Huh?
They are, right?
أفلا يتدبرون القرآن ولو كان من عند غير الله لوجدوا فيه اختلافا كثيرا.
Then do they not reflect upon the Quran? If it had been from any other than Allah, they would have found within it much contradiction.